We're here in Galvin Cemetery up in Londonderry, and we're here to visit the final resting place of one of a number of murdered RUC officers buried in this cemetery. And John Olphert commemorated here. The headstone was erected in loving memory of a beloved husband and daddy, John Robinson Olphert, Reserve Constable RUC, died 18th January 1983, aged only 39 years. And then at the base of the headstone it says, "In heavenly love abiding." So John Robinson Olphert, he was murdered by the IRA at a combined shop and post office that John actually owned in the Nelson Drive estate up here in Derry. The murder was witnessed by his wife and his father. He was serving customers in the shop when two masked gunmen appeared from a car that had been pulled up outside in the car park. John went to the door of the shop and closed it behind him and tried to lock it, but a bullet was fired through the door, wounding him. The killers then pushed the door open and shot at John again, firing numerous rounds. Madeline, his wife, rushed to her husband's aid after the first shot had been fired. She got down on the floor beside him, was holding him when the terrorist responsible shot John once more in the head. He died in her arms. Killers fired a shot into the air as he fled and shouted and hollered in celebration as they ran to the car. John had opened his shop in July 1982, in other words, about 6 months before he was murdered, and he tendered his resignation from the RUC Reserve to enable him to spend more time on the business. The resignation was due to take effect at the beginning of February 1983, in other words, a fortnight after he was murdered. He was buried from All Saints Cluny Church on the 20th of January. The then Church of Ireland Bishop of Derry and Rafode, Dr. James Mahaffey, told mourners that John had, quote, been given no chance and been shown no mercy, close quote. 6 Catholic priests in the city also issued a statement expressing their revulsion at the murder. John was survived by Madeline and 2 sons, Peter and Mark, who were aged 14 and 12 at the time he was murdered. And Peter turned 15 the day after his father's funeral. A memorial service was held in his honour on the 27th of February 1983 in All Saints Cluny. So again here in Galvin Cemetery, in the final resting place of the murdered RUC Reserve Constable John Robinson Olphert, murdered in his shop up here in the city.